Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So I was going to wait on recording this just in case they announce the research day thing that's happening this weekend, because at the current moment they have not. And honestly, we don't even know if they even know that's happening. But anyway, that didn't get announced. So if you didn't see the teaser on my community tab, I'll probably put a picture of it up here or something. Or I might just link, I don't know. There may be a picture of it up here, there may not be, I'm not sure. But anyway, if you didn't see that, then, or if you did see that, then you'll know what this video is. But if you didn't, this is going to be a video that I've wanted to get uploaded for quite a bit now, but I just haven't because of other things coming up. But I figured with all the Singaporean grandmother controversy stuff, all the events not working, the issues with things like the Mystic Hero research resetting when the event ended, even though special research isn't supposed to do that, and many other things that have just been kind of going on, the remote nerf, etc., etc. The list goes on and on. I could spend an hour going over all this stuff, but just for the sake of time, I'm not going to. We also have turned off shinies and whatnot as part of that. You get the gist. Because, let's be real, with how the state of this game is right now, if you're going to play it at all, you need some kind of reason. Alright. This isn't going to be one of those, oh, the potential is blah 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 blah, because I've already done videos like that. Now I do want to clarify something real quick here. Here's Niantic. Now, obviously, the campaign stuff on Twitter and whatnot, that stuff's great. I fully support it. But for the long term, that isn't going to be how the battle's won. Yes, we have the hashtag. Yes, there's that article thing that people made. But the true way to win the battle with Niantic, as I said in the community post for this when I teased it, is by finding motivation and reason to play that benefits you instead of them. Which is hopefully the goal for this video. Hopefully you either incorporate these ideas that I use into your gameplay or use them to create ideas of your own. Because yeah, we can boycott raids, we can turn off adventure sync, yada yada yada, but at the end of the day, that stuff doesn't really matter in the long run, because this game's been out for 7 years, so they have enough of your data at this point that just turning that stuff off for like a week or whatever isn't going to do anything. But again, that's not the point of this video. The point of this video is just the reasons why I play, in hopes that either they inspire or motivate you to keep playing. So with all that introduction stuff out of the way, what are these ideas? Well, the first one is kind of obvious. I play it because it gets me outside. I mean, obviously pending days like today where it's snowing and 30s. Considering 2 days ago it was 80 and sun. But that one's obvious because, like, yes, it's the name of the game, it's the whole point, yada yada, but like, I do actually like physically go out just for exercise and whatnot, and while I'm doing that I do play it, so it gives me reason to go out, essentially, which is why that's the first reason, because it's not really as important as the other two. Now the other reason, well, the second main reason, I've actually kind of hinted at throughout some of the other videos on the channel, and that is, oh, by the way, Shiny Jirachi, caught that earlier, go check out that video if you haven't yet. Not that. Is this tag right here. Now this tag is, obviously tags, you have to make them, but the reason why I have this tag is because in my Pokemon home, I am slowly trying to do a Shiny Living Dex. Which, if you don't know what that is, it's one of every available Pokemon, but Shiny. Obviously not counting things that can't be obtained, like shiny locked legendaries like Koraidon and Miraidon, even though those aren't supported yet. What else was there? Like Victini's isn't available anywhere, etc. This isn't just the things that can be. So things like, as you can see here, everything in this tag is stuff that I have in Pokemon Go that I do not have in my Pokemon Home at the moment. Or I have one but not enough for the family. So some of that stuff is in here as well. I need to take Serperior out of here. I have that. Like right here, this Frillish. I have a Jellicent in my home, but I don't have a Frillish, but I have one in here. So therefore it's in this tag so that at some point I can send it over to home to complete that family in my living dex. I do have a non-shiny living dex. I got that finished, I think around the time of the Crown Tundra for Sword and Shield. So I do have that done, but I am still working on the shiny dex as like a long-term kind of goal thing. I am not doing a shiny form dex, which if you don't know, that's a shiny dex, but it's of every form variation. So things like all the Alcremie forms, male and gender differences, etc. If I get the forms, I am keeping them, but I'm not going out of my way to get them. Minus Furfrou, but I already have that one pretty much sorted. I just need to wait for it to come to Switch so I can form change them. But that's the only one I'm doing that for. Screw the Alcremies, I'm not spending 3 hours doing that. Per shiny. But anyway, that's what this tag is. This is the big reason why I'm still playing this. Because some things like Genesect here, if you're in the United States like I am, this game is the only way to get this. Because there were some shiny Genesect events for the other games, but those were locked to Japan. So if you're not in Japan and you didn't, and obviously these were years ago, you had to be there at the time. But anyway, for someone like me in the US, this is the only way to get certain Pokemon like Genesect shiny. Because in Gen 5 and Gen 6 and Gen 7 and Gen 8 and Gen 9 at the moment, it is shiny locked where it's available. So we got things like that. We got things like the Hisuian forms. Like I don't have one of these in Legends Arceus yet, but I have it in this, so like it just works out. Shelmet and Excelgor. I have Carablast and the other one already too. Those are stupidly annoying to get in the actual games, but I got them during GoFest when they came out, so therefore I can just pop them in here. Like Clink, I have a Clink in home, but these two here complete my family, etc. You get the gist. So anything that I need in Pokemon Home that I don't have, that I can get in this, I play to try to get it, and then when I do, I give it this tag and eventually send it over to home. So we've got Gets Me Outside, Shiny Dex. Now we move away from Pokemon Go into Pokemon Home itself. Now this is the third and final main reason why I play Pokemon Go still. Is because obviously with my shiny living dex, I have to send the stuff into here. Because this is the only game that currently supports every single Pokemon. Pending Scarlet and Violet, because that's still not available yet. And their clock is running out, Nintendo. So anyway, like I said, just do a quick scroll through here just so you can see. I do have every single Pokemon pending Scarlet and Violet, and I am working on the shinies, but the final reason is because if you don't know, the Pokemon Home app has various Pokédexes. We've got the National Dex, you got your Region Dexes, yada yada. You can do search up moves, but they also have a Dex for every game that can send Pokemon to Pokemon Home. So we've got Pokemon Legends Arceus, BDSP, Sword and Shield, the Sword and Shield DLCs, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee, Scarlet and Violet when these get supported. And then down here at the bottom, Pokemon Go. Now these crowns mean that I have every single thing that's available in those games. So if we go into the Legends one, as you can see here, I have every Pokemon that's available in Pokemon Legends Arceus registered into this Pokédex. And I have that for all of these other ones, as you can see here. However, I don't have it for Pokemon Go. However, at the current time of recording this, I have every Pokemon that's available in Pokemon Go registered in here. Through things like the home GTS, trading with friends. Prime example being Cosmog, because we can only get one of those for the special research. I haven't sent mine over. I still have mine in Pokemon Go. But thanks to trading on the home GTS, I was able to get enough to get all of them, Cosmog, Cosmoem, Solgaleo, and Lunala, registered into here. So at the current moment, 774 is the maximum number you can have in this home Pokédex. And you might be wondering why you can't complete it. Well, if we go all the way down here, it includes things that either aren't in Pokemon Go yet, or things that you can't send from Pokemon Go, such as Spinda. Now some of these Pokemon is because of how they're coded, because the Spinda forms that are in Pokemon Go are only in Pokemon Go. They are not supported forms in any other game. So therefore, at the current time, Spinda cannot be sent. Then on the flip side of that, you also have things like Skidoo and Go-Go that aren't even available in Go yet. So this is more of a long-term thing because of how painfully slow Niantic rolls out things. Shout out to the old days when generations dropped in mass, and not with 1 to 2 things. So that's the big final reason, is so that I can slowly get this completed, so that I can say that I have every single home Pokédex maxed out. So just to recap, we have encourages me to spend more time outside, Shiny Living Dex, which, to add to that one, I'm a full-time grad student right now. So even if I wanted to not play this, I don't have the time to spend hours doing Masuda method for everything and other things like that. So in some cases it's easier for me just to load Go and find something on there during an event than it is to dedicate an hour or 3 hours, whatever, and maybe find something. So we've got outside, eventual Shiny Living Dex, and then Pokemon Home Dex. This is the big thing for me. I'm not a completionist. This is just something that I just kind of do in passing. But this also encourages me to send Pokemon from Pokemon Go to the home so I can use them in other games, which in turn frees up my Pokemon Go storage, and it all kind of connects into itself. So these are my reasons for why I still play, aside from just generally enjoying the game when things work. But let me know what you guys do. Let's get out of that. If you guys use any reasons similar to these ones, or if you have any other reasons that are different, because these are just my reasons. It may vary depending on person to person. But if these help kind of inspire you to find motivation or kind of rethink how you play and strategize a little bit, then leave a like on the video. If you're new here, then make sure to subscribe with notifications on. There's a ton of great content. Go check out the Shiny Jirachi catch from earlier this morning if you haven't. That'll be either in a card throughout the video or on the end card. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, just let me know. If you're working on a Shiny Dex or a Form Dex or whatever, how's your progress coming on that? Like I said, I do have a non-shiny full living Dex, pending Scarlet and Violet, which we're ready to go when that gets added. But Shiny Dex is a long-term thing. So, yeah, just let me know how you guys are doing on that. If I didn't mention an idea that you do that you think works really great, or if you just have any other suggestions, put them in the comments. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.